there, I am going to make a cake town from scratch, and I have gotten in a spot where I've got some ocean for salt, so salt should not be a problem, and then I actually got where I've got a river on two sides. Now the good thing about the river and the salt is that I'm going to have to clear some trees, but if I put salt back this way in the first like 5, 4, 4, 3, and these spots I don't need water, and I can put a salt field there and grow. So what I'm going to do is put a salt field here and go ahead and try and make a windmill and start making some salt. I'll have to have a storehouse and windmill, so I'm going to have to sell some of these ponds, which is not a huge big deal. And if you don't know how to start in a forest, you can watch the video on that. Actually, I'll do a part 1 to start, because let this be part 1 and start, because the other video that I had is not selling salt. It's starting out selling grapes, which I love to do. But so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sell wheat, and I'm going to sell some ponds until I can get enough money. Actually, just going to go ahead and show you what I'm doing. In the corner here, I can grow trees if I need, because I've got 5 from here and 5 from here, so that's 10, 9, 8, 7, and then that goes across, because this is 5, 4 plus 5, 4, 3, so that's 7, that's 7. So everything from here across to here and back into this corner, I am able to grow trees without a problem. But right now there's so many trees that I have that the oh goodness, I'm sorry, the lumberjacks can use those. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I'm going to get started selling salt, because it is profitable. And so let me go ahead and sell these ponds. And if you're not sure why I'm selling ponds and getting money instead of having to pay money, if you watch my starter video for the forest, it will explain a lot of this to you. This video in particular is going to be, this series is going to be pretty long because of having to all the things that are necessary for making cakes. Now, I'm having to do 2 gasoline, so it's not going to be the easiest, and really I don't need to sell any more wheat. I just thought about that, and because of the spot that I got, I am just going to start making, let's see, 3, 2, 1 over. Okay, so this spot here should be fine to make a windmill. And I did say also that I need a storehouse. Storehouse only counts 1 wind block or shade effect, so anything beyond the road, it won't affect it. And so I'm going to build that, and I'm going to build a windmill here. I need a lumberjack that can get me some more trees because I'm about to use up most of my wood. I'm just going to let, the builder is so slow, I don't want to risk the lumberjack getting all the wood and then start wasting it. So I'm just going to give it a minute. Actually, I can go ahead and place him and just not activate him until I am ready. And over here, I can go ahead and put my windmill down, and it's not going to distract him from building that storehouse because this is our closer and he's already started on it, so I think he'll be fine. Now what I want to do though is put some brine down here, or salt field down here, so that our farmer can start collecting that. And I think what I need to do actually is make another farmhouse, because that's a long way to run for them, and I might actually need another one besides that one. So there's our salt field. You see that it's cranking out quickly. After we get our first salt back, we might just remove maybe that tree, one or both of those trees, so that we can I've got my silo flushed out, didn't want to leave any wheat in there, and I probably should not have sold wheat, but I did. So in hindsight, if you can get away with not selling wheat, that's probably going to be your better thing to do if you're like me and you're in a situation where you are too gasoline to sell. I think we'll be fine though. Salt, I think, sells for like $51K. They made a change to it. It used to sell for less than sugar. So sugar was the way to go at one point, but now I think salt is the better solution. All right, so what I'm doing is I've got a salt field. They will bring the brine up and put it in the silo. I'm building a windmill that it has a worker, and the little worker guy will go over and get the brine from the salt plants, and he will bring it over and make salt. The lumberjack will help out with that situation. Probably what I'm going to end up wanting to do is make another 1, 2, 3. Let me see. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I can actually make one right here without being affected by this. Okay, so I think we have enough money to be able to put 2 windmills. However, I need to give this a second and make sure that they can, like, if I make 2 windmills but the farmers can't keep up with even 1 windmill, then it's just costing me extra money, and it may not be wise in the long run. Of course, I could maybe make another farmer also, but because of the setup, they're having to run a long way to get the brine. And I should have put a farmhouse down here instead of up here, so they would be closer to it and not have to run. In fact, you could put, I don't have enough room for a road, but you could put a house or something right next to a salt field and not interfere with it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a couple of farmhouses down here and get rid of these two up here, because I want them, when the salt is ready, I want them to just run out and get it and be gone. And that way we will, in the long run, we will save time doing that way. It's going to take our builder a minute to run wood down there, but and if I do another windmill, I'm probably going to want another lumberjack. That way they can kind of carry the wood to the windmill. And now once you build it, you have to tell it what you want to make. Don't forget to do that. Sometimes I'll forget and I'll sit there and start seeing Z's come out the top. It's like, oh my gosh, they're sleeping because I haven't activated them to do anything yet. Okay, so I want you to be able to see what I'm doing as far as actually getting this thing rolling. I can, now that I am removing those farmhouses, I'm just going to go ahead and put another lumberjack here, and it is looking like I will have the money to go ahead and make another windmill, because that would still leave me, I think, plenty to run on. But the windmills, keep in mind now, they do cost $50 a minute, and the lumberjacks cost $50 a minute. The farmers are much more affordable, and as soon as he drops this brine off, we're going to remove him. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and put that other windmill. I hope I don't regret that decision, but that's what I'm going to do. And let me see. This guy, yeah, let's get rid of him. I should have let him get salt one more time, but I didn't. That doesn't take those lumberjacks long, does it? Now we're oh no. No, I'm fine. I thought for a second that the builder house was going to be too close to my windmill, but it isn't. It's 1, 2 over, so we're good. All right, so there's our other farmer. Now we've got 2 farmers close by here to get the to tend the salt field, and maybe 2 will be enough. If not, I may want to add another farmer or 2. Actually, I probably could, since I'm adding. Now, I'm going to need to wait for this to get built, but if I add another farmer, I think we'll be okay. Maybe 2. We'll see how it looks. Let's see. Might not need any more. Let me watch this guy for a second. He's huffing at home to try to get some rest here. But the salt got ready before he got home, so I think we could probably do with 1 more farmer. We're wasting wood right now. I should have planned that a little better. And we don't have enough brine to Okay, this spot that I'm putting this other salt field is not optimal. It's going to be like 1:35. Okay, so the reason why I'm doing that is because we don't have a spot cleared out here yet, and I don't have the money really to spend on that. And so if we can, I might not activate this windmill quite yet, because we are not keeping up salt wise. I have not done this prior to today, so forgive me if it's a little messy, but I've got the concept down. I just haven't actually done it. If you watch what I'm doing, you'll be able to tweak the process a little bit and be good to go. So he's almost done there. I'm going to go ahead and put another farmer, and I might actually put 2. But it's going to take our builder a while to get back here. And we'll get more salt coming up. am going to do is I'm going to monitor the situation. I'm just going to get rid of one of these guys right here for now, because they're just picking all the trees and we're not using them that fast. Whenever I activate that this other windmill, then I'll bring back another lumberjack. I should have deleted him sooner, but what I'll do is I'll watch it. If it looks like they're going to be bringing up brine more quickly, then I will activate the other windmill. But as it stands right now, it looks like we're going to do good to keep up with this one. So I'll be back when I sell salt, or whatever else I decide to do before that. So I'll be back. Well, I am back. I accidentally activated the other windmill, but I did not turn it on. And now that we're creating our last salt, I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. And when we get our money back from this sale, I will have some money to speed this process up. Let's see, it's going to take 2.5 minutes to get that money back from the sale, so I'll be right back. Okay, here comes our money right now. We are going to, and I don't know if you noticed, I'll tell you exactly how much. I know it's about $50K for selling salt, but I'll tell you exactly in just 1 minute. So what we're going to do here is I want to remove a couple of these trees right here, because like I said, that gives 5 water, 4 water, 3 water. So we need 3 water for salt. So these two are prime spots. The reason why this one is growing slow is because it's one away from the ocean. When you do salt, if you haven't done it before, it likes being right next to the ocean. And the farther you get out, I think it does like 1.5 minutes, then the third spot out is like 4 minutes, and the next spot is like 10 minutes. So the closer you are to the ocean, the better off you are. Now we're going to keep these farmers really busy. And what we can do to speed them up, now that we have some extra cash, is make a little bit of a path down to the place where they have to run to. And if you actually sit and pay attention, it really does make a difference. If you have a road versus no road, a dirt road versus no road, and then a paved road versus either one of those, it's just helpful. If you like to see balloons, that makes it even more fun. Alright, so now they've got a little bit of a path to go down. Got more salt coming up, more regular. So we're going to keep them running the whole time. And then, and now we've got these two both going. And let's see. I don't think I need a lumberjack quite yet. Let's see how he does at keeping both of these. Oh yeah, we wanted to see how much salt actually sells for. I need to look and see. It's $51,000. And I need to check the points. Let me see, how many times did we sell wheat? If we've used 6 gas, we sold 3 times. So we sold wheat twice. It looks like that we got 480 points for selling the salt. So that's not really bad at all. Used to, I think sugar was like really low points. I don't recall about salt because I never sold it very much because sugar actually paid the most money. So I didn't use salt. They've changed it though, and I get it. It makes sense that it sells for more. I like that, and so this is a viable way to get started in the game. It's like I say, we picked a spot that is, I picked it purposely because it's got salt and it's got a river. If you do an ocean and a river next to each other, it's good, it's great, because all of this part gets passive water. However, if you notice, I told you that the first 3 rows that are next to the ocean are affected by salt. So this would make, like if I wanted to grow sugar cane here or wheat or anything else, it would make it grow slower, and it would be yellow, yellow, red. So it'd be slow, slower, and slowest. So just keep that in mind if you just had that situation. But the fact that it lets you grow salt so much faster if you're going to need salt, I think it's worth it, because if you didn't have a river at all, you would be able to manage and put ponds and whatnot to passively water your stuff. It's kind of the same concept. You can take advantage of what river you have, and what you can't use, then don't use it. Use it for something else. You could actually put if you needed eggs, you could put chickens over here. As long as the chicken coop counts 1 shade. So you would maybe have some grinders, a trough, and a chicken pen. Chicken pen won't shade your salt is not affected by shade, so wouldn't hurt. Anyway, that's more explanation than you probably needed, but I'm just going to sell salt and continue to make the money to kind of build it out a little bit to sell, to make more salt. And you say 1, 2, 3. I think I can put one here, and it's far enough away from that, but that's probably where I'll put my next windmill. And I don't really have the money yet, but once I do another windmill, it looks like this lumberjack is keeping up pretty well. If we run out of wood over here, then I will, like you can see, this little jinky is getting his own wood because the brine is low, I suppose. But if I run out of wood, I will go ahead and activate another lumberjack, and I'll, maybe put a spot up here or something. Just, it doesn't have to be like a permanent spot, but I don't want, or maybe put it down here with these farmers. I don't want to put it where it's going to interfere with a windmill. I might make another out. I'll probably put a windmill here, and then I might make another one down here or something. Probably 3 away from that. 1, 2, 3. Probably put one right here also. So I'm planning out my next moves, but I'm not that worried about it because you got plenty of time to look at things and think things over when you're having to go and sell this stuff. So that it's not going to be a fast process. So I'm going to pause the video here, and probably I'm going to end part one, maybe when I get to making gas, or I'll see. I'll see if I can tell how long it's going to be. I don't want to have overly long videos. But anyway, I'm going to keep selling salt. If anything, I might add another lumberjack somewhere. And I'm planning, after I sell salt again, to maybe add another windmill, maybe two. We'll see. Probably just one at a time. Alright, I'll be back. Okay, I have added another windmill to the two that we had, and I'm adding some more farmers to help keep up with the demand of that. If it looks like I can kind of keep up somewhat, I'm probably going to need to go ahead and do another lumberjack. And then if it looks like I can keep up with the demand, I'll probably go ahead and create the other windmill right here. It'll be far enough away from this, and I think it'll be fine to do. So I'll have to see when these, it's going to take a minute to get these created because we are out of wood, and then when I get wood there, it's going to take this guy. I might have to actually add another lumberjack. Let's see. I don't want to get too close to this, so that would be right here, would be as close as I would want to be to that. I could put a piece of road right here and put one there. Put a piece of road here, and let's say 1, 2, and then I could have one here and here. So that's probably what I'll do. And the problem is I don't want to add lumberjacks too fast, because you saw what happened earlier when I tried to do that, and I added 2 when really all I needed was 1, and then they were picking all the trees needlessly and wasting them. So I think 2, I'm going to stop right now, but if I need another 1 or 2, I've created a place that is 1, 2 over. It's far enough away from this that it's not going to cause wind block, and hopefully we'll get some extra wood, and little Jinky can come back here and build these farmer houses, and we'll get it rolling. It looks like they're all 3 processing right now, so we're not doing terrible, but I would love to be able to ramp up production enough that we can do 1 more. Now, either I could possibly start building some ponds so that I can have more salt up the coast here, or I could remove these, but then they'll run slower. They'll be 1:30, a minute and 35 seconds. So probably I would like to, let's see, 5, 4, 3. This would have 2. So if I put a pond over here, that would give that one 1. And that would have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 from the pond, from the river, and then 2 from this. So that would give, both of these would have 3 if I do that. But removing stumps is $15K. It's not exactly cheap. And then the pond itself costs $20K. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So I think what I'll do, I'm almost about to sell salt. I'll sell salt, remove that, and put a pond there. And then once I get a pond there, and I can put more 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Actually, no, this, okay, so I'll put a pond there. I'll give that 2, and I'll just need 1 more. So, and then I'll put a pond up. I'll probably have to remove these 2 stumps in order to, or I know I will, in order to utilize those spots. So let's just go ahead and wait and sell salt, and then start working on this area to get more salt. And then we need to start thinking about starting to save money and start looking at gas production. So probably I'll just do this video, this part 1, through the gas. So we'll do it that way. I'll be back. Alright, so it looks like they're starting to try and take all the trees. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead, and I'm not going to remove any of these regular trees, but I'm going to throw in some tree farms so that when it comes to needing trees, if I end up needing them, then I will have them. So let me see, 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, so that one gets 7 right there. Okay, so I just wanted to come back and let you know that I am planting trees, because as you can see, if you look at the map here, we are running low. I'll be back. Okay, while I'm thinking about it, what I've done here is I removed that tree that was there, and I have started a pond, and I had to remove a tree, I think it was right here, and just extended this out a little bit. And I think what I'm going to do up here to speed this process up just a tiny bit is to remove that pond and put a couple of pieces of road here, and I am going to ahead and make another lumberjack, and then we will be ready to, I think I showed you that I put the trees over here, I think, and I want to build another. There's no point in doing it right this second because we are tight on wood. We didn't start catching up on wood, so I've created this lumberjack. I might have to create one more. I think we'll be okay with the wood, but it just takes them a long time to run back here to cut those trees down. So I'm going to go ahead and put another lumberjack. Okay, so then what I want to do is put another windmill, and possibly I'm going to watch this. I might at some point I want to remove these and put salt fields, but if we don't need them right now, after I do this, other well, I need to figure out if I actually need them or if I need to just create more farmers, or if we have enough. Need to watch it for a few minutes and see what's going on. If we need more salt fields, if that'll speed us up, then I need to add one or two more there. If I need to add farmers, I can do that, or if I need to do both. I probably won't have the money because, well, actually I would have the money. After this sale right here, you can see I've got 28 gas left. So I've got 14 more sales that I can make. And so that's approximately 700K. So I think we'll be fine, but at some point I do want to start building out my gas process and probably get it going over here. I might end up having to delete that. But those aren't that expensive. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just going to watch for a second and see if it makes more sense to add more salt, or if it makes more sense to add more farmers, or if this is even enough lumberjacks to get us a little surplus of wood, so that I might have to try to build a road that comes over to here to kind of speed these guys up. That's probably one thing that I should do. Let me see if this, yeah, that's right beside where I want to put that other windmill, so that's fine. So what I'll have to do is I'm doing this road in a way that will require me to remove some. Actually, I'll have to remove several. I'll just remove this stump and build it on over like this. And hopefully this will speed them up a little bit, but it may turn out to be a waste of money. Sometimes you make a road and then they they feel like a different path is shorter or whatever, and they go the slow way anyway. But I think they'll use it. All right, so basically we are, yay, we got our other farmer built finally. So we're starting to get caught up on wood, okay? So hopefully this will help them get down here quicker, because it looks like we may be using these trees a good bit. So right now, I think that it won't really hurt us to add one more windmill, and then we will stop trying to build out the process, let it run, and seeing that, well, we've got farmers that are sleeping, so I will build one more salt field, and this one will be a fast one, so that'll be good. Okay, so that's where we are. I'm just going to activate this, or well, after I activate this, I'm going to set it for salt, and then we will have 4 windmills creating salt. So hopefully our process will speed up a little bit, but regardless if it does or not, I don't want to add any more to it at this point. I just want to get in my comfort zone and sell the or not sell, but get the gas production going. And then and I'm probably, the reason why I want to do it on the salt side is because I already know the only crops that I can grow on the salt side is salt, and this is only temporarily going to be a salt town, and water pumps can connect to the ocean, so I'll have some. I won't have to have ponds. I can use the ocean for my water pumps, and I can also keep this side. If I build out my town part over here and keep all the pollution and things away from these areas, then I've got I can grow around the sides, and I can have my salt going over here, and like I say, it can be right up next to these buildings that I'm going to build, and it won't matter. But I'm going to try and make my gas production back here in the corner, so that like I say, I can utilize the ocean for the water pumps, and I can keep all the pollution back away from any crops that I'm going to have, and we're going to end up having like a ton of windmills anyway, and ideally they have to be 3 spaces away from the crops anyway. So we'll talk about that as we figure out how we're going to build it out, but like I say, right now that's where we are. I'm just going to start selling salt, collecting money, and then I'll start on the gas production process. Okay, so what I decided to do is I just want to go ahead and remove this, even though I said that I wasn't going to do anything else. Remove that and put another salt field, okay? And now I think we can get all of our farmers to go to work and stop sleeping. They may take a second to spread out the workload, but this should be popping. And so salt production is going pretty well now. It's going much faster, and I don't really see any issues with it. Comment below if you see any real issues that I'm overlooking, but I think we're good. I've got that cell that I just sent off plus 12 more cells, so that's 650,000 plus I've got 37,000. So what I've decided to do is make I think I mentioned that I was going to make my gas production over here. So I'm going to have to remove some stumps and things, or I can even, let's see, 1, 2, either way I go, I have to remove some stumps. But what I'm thinking about is perhaps in this corner I would want to have some what do you call those, oil pumps over here. And so I think what I want to do then is put a water pump here and a water pump here, and end up putting a refinery here. And so this this can stay there for now. I can remove it, and since there won't be any road access, really the only thing that I can put there would be a builder. So that's probably what I'll do. That's not going to be wasted space, but it's not really needed at the moment. So when I get my money back from that salt sale, I'll go ahead and start with a water pump right here. And like I say, I'll put another one there. So we seem to be doing, even though we added another windmill, because we've got 4 lumberjacks now, we are doing very well as far as that goes in that regard. So there's no need in adding another builder or anything. This doesn't need to be built fast. It's going to be another salt cell before we add our next one. I might just go ahead. It seems like we're way ahead on wood, but we're not hurting for money. So I'll probably delete this guy, but not at this second. And I may have to delete this one, maybe put some more temporarily either down here somewhere or maybe over here. I don't see building salt all the way out to here, so maybe put a piece of road here and have one here and here. That would that would be fine. 1, 2, yeah, they would not be too close to that, and that would be good. But right now we're fine. I've got one more salt cell. I'm going to put another water pump there. I'm probably not going to come back for that, but you know what I'm doing. And then I'll be back when I decide what I'm going to do beyond that. Okay, I am going to go ahead and pave this road, and I put a road here, a road piece here, and I'm going to pave it. Now, one thing to keep in mind, I've already deleted this lumberjack, and so I don't really want this one to be out of commission while I wait for Slow Guy to come in and pave this road. So I'm just going to drop a dirt road. It's going to cost me $1K extra, but that way it won't put this lumberjack out of commission, because like I say, right now I'm down to 3, and I can add some more, but I'm not really wanting to at this second. What I want to do is, I told you I'm going to put a couple of oil pumps over here, so I need to kind of clear this out. I want to make this a road, and then this guy can face forward. I can put an oil pump there, and one here, and one here. The reason why I'm thinking I might put 3 is just because I'm in a spot where it takes 2 gas to sell. So I have to consider that. Alright, so that's what I'm doing at this moment, but this is where I'm going to have my refinery that's going to be making gas, and this is where I'm going to have a power plant. So I'll have the other power plant over here, and the other refinery right here most likely, and possibly for now I'll have a lumber mill back here. That way it can utilize the water pump and still get electricity. However, I'm thinking that I'm going to set up my wood over this way. Actually, that'll probably be fine. I'm going to set up my trees and things. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade this one as well, because my power plant needs a paved road as well. But I'm planning to set up my tree production eventually coming up from this area. So I haven't exactly mapped it out yet, but I will look at this and figure out what I'm going to do, how I'm going to do that. So right now I'm just getting ready for a refinery and a power plant. I'm going, and I had to think through, I'm going to put a power plant here, and actually let me just put my lumber mill here, because I'm probably going to put this power plant in first. So I'm not going to make that a road. I'm going to make that a lumber mill. So I'll probably just go ahead and put a builder in the corner. So, and I'll just go ahead and drop that guy in, because I'm about to be doing no, I can't do that. Cancel that. I am going to have to make that a road, because I'm going to put the lumber mill. No, I'm not. I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm not going to have to do that, because this is going to be a road right here. That is a road. So the lumber mill can face that way. So this will be where my lumber mill is. And power plant, refinery, power plant, refinery. And so across the road from that refinery, I'm probably just going to put a fuel storage right here as well. So now that I'm thinking about it, I could have, that's fine. Um, this is working out just fine. And so what I'm going to do next is uh, after I do, after I sell more, I'm going to go ahead and build my lumber mill right here. So that'll be after my next sale. I should have plenty to do that. So that's where I am. I'll be back. Okay, so since I removed that lumberjack that was here, I've cut down on the wood production and I need wood for building. I removed that. I'm building the lumber mill, and I removed a stump that was here and put a road there, and now I'm bringing back another lumberjack, and this spot again is temporary. And what I need to do is I need to remove this and remove this, put a piece of road here and put a warehouse, or else I probably just for now remove this after I sell salt again, and put a warehouse there. And I need to put a wind turbine out and get a worker going so that I can be collecting energy so that I can make some lumber to I've gotten water taken care of, but I need energy to make lumber so that I can make a power plant. So this is going to generate some energy. I need a worker who can collect the energy from that. And let me just, that's the wrong spot. That was temporary, very temporary. I didn't think about how close I was to that windmill. What I can do is temporarily just put a piece of wood over here, or road over here, and I can build a lumberjack over here and also a worker so that he can collect the energy. You see, that's only got one piece of wood. I'm going to cancel that for now because I want the worker to go ahead and start. I want to be careful and not get too close to my trees, and this spot is just far enough away that we're not going to bother the trees with a worker house. Okay, so that's where we are. I'll be back. And one thing to keep in mind is this: you're probably not going to get the exact same layout in a spot unless you get this exact spot. I'll show you where I am so that you can see. I'm right here. See, I've got the salt, the ocean, and then the two rivers, okay? But unless you get that exact spot, you may not have the exact layout. And that's why I'm kind of trying to tell you why I'm doing what I'm doing, so that when you get ready to do it, if your spot is different, then you'll know what to do based on what your spot looks like. So that's why I'm trying to explain things a little bit, probably more thorough than some people might like, but hopefully this info will be helpful when you get ready to actually do it yourself. So I'll be right back. All right, so here's what I've got. I put my worker over here to be closer to my wind turbine, and like I said, even though it's close to the salt, you can see here, after the farmer takes that salt, if he will, that it does not do anything. Shade does not affect the salt. Okay, so what we have to do is, we talked about building a lumber mill here. Now I think we're ready. We've got plenty of wood. I've straightened the road out, removed whatever stumps were in the way here, and I've put the warehouse so I can catch some energy from the worker bringing it over, and we will utilize that to make, we need to make 5 pieces of lumber in order to have a power plant, and I want to build a power plant here and a refinery, and if we have to limp along and make some gas on that, we can, but I like to get it all built first, but we'll see how far our funds go. What I did here was I went ahead and put another wood shed. They're only 5K. And I will activate that when I activate the lumber mill. That way we will be sure that we have somewhere to put our lumber once we get it done. And so I just wanted to give you an update before I get too far and forget some stuff, and I'll be back. All right, I cleared that stump that was here, and I made 5 lumber. Actually, we got 6. I got 5 energy. So I think it's time to go ahead and I have over 100K. I've got almost 125K, 124. So go ahead and do that. Plus, we're about ready to sell salt again. I've only got 5 more sales though, so that's 250,000. But I think we'll be fine with that. I'm ready to drop my other refinery here, and since I've got my paved road, I will be able to do that for 15K. But then I'm going to need to clear these 2 things out for the power plant, so that's going to be 30K plus a road, 40K, and then the power plant, which is 100, so it's going to be another 140 for that. But I just got done saying that we've got 5 more sales, and we get 50K per sale, so we got 250K more coming. So even if you consider the running money, I think we are going to be fine. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and build the refinery, and then go ahead and once I have this power plant, I can run the lumber mill without having to worry about power, and then I can go ahead and sorry, I just got lost in a thought here. I can go ahead and run this without it costing me anything except wood, which will be good. And I will need 5 more energy, which shouldn't be a problem, to build this other power plant when I get ready to build it. But what I think I'm going to do is remove this road and maybe remove a couple, these 2 lumberjack houses right here, and put 3 oil pumps in. So I'm going to stop that from trying to make energy so that when I get my oil pumps going, I can not have to worry about it taking my crude oil, because I want to utilize the crude oil for gasoline. Alright, so oil pump number 1, and I'm going to put a fuel storage right here. Actually, yeah, I'd rather move it over to here. So when I use that up, I'll probably just delete it. Over here, for the time being, I need a place to put a couple of lumberjacks, because I want to delete those. But I kind of was thinking about putting another windmill making salt right here. So I don't really want to put lumberjacks in the way of that. Like, I don't want to utilize this area. I'm going to build my tree area up that way, but that's going to be a few minutes. So if I put, let me see. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So if I put a road here, I can build a couple of lumberjacks over here. Let's see. And I know it seems like I'm wasting money moving these guys around, but yeah, see, I can put 3 around this one without being too close to either any one of my windmills. I know it seems like I'm wasting money moving them around, but sometimes when I'm building out, that's just what I do. Certainly, if you can do it in a way that you have better pre-planning, then that's fine. But you can see that even though I am doing this craziness, it still works. And I'm going to go ahead and turn this on and make 5 more lumber so I can do the other and I'm going to build these 2 oil pumps. Okay, so I am preparing to build the other stuff, but right now I can build this. I don't have the funds to, and the reason why I kind of want to go ahead and drop this refinery here is just for one reason. It gives me peace of mind. That way, no matter what, no matter how bad I screw up, I can, using 1 power plant and 2 water pumps, I can reasonably make gasoline in a, halfway timely manner. It won't be great or perfect, but it'll be all right. And I also want to put a fuel storage right there across from my gasoline production. that way I can, I feel like it just works better that way. All right, so now when I get the money, I'm going to remove these 2 trees, make a paved road here. It'll be 15 for each tree, so that's 30, 10 for that, and then 100 for that. I think I already went through that. So that's 140K. So I will be back when I actually have the power plant in place. I'll come back and tell you what's next. Okay, so we just got the power plant built. I stopped it so that it would not use our crude oil. I've got this turned on making petroleum, and I've just used the last gas, so I'm going to remove that fuel storage so that our worker is going to bring all the crude oil from those to put it in here. Now I've got 12 petroleum now, and I'm going to stop that guy, and stopped him just in time, did not waste that crude oil. Now we're going to turn them on to make gasoline now that we've got the other power plant in place. When I get this money back from that sale, I'm going to remove these and then pave this, and I'm going to put another refinery here. I don't think though that 50K is going to get it, because this will be 30 plus 40 for the paved road, and then 55 with the refinery. So that is only going to leave us 5K, and so I'll probably just wait, go ahead and remove these and get that going. And once I get this other refinery built and get it doing petroleum and leave this one on gas, then I don't know if you noticed, but we have wind blocked this guy so bad that he is really slow. So it'd be nice to go ahead and put another windmill over here and let it generate some cash flow. One thing to keep in mind, if you do this like I'm doing, and and it's a 2 gasoline away sale, just remember I've got these trees that I didn't have to put any ponds or anything in place, because if you look at the map you can see that we are relying heavily on these trees. Now if you did it in a smaller scale, like you didn't have as many farmers, you didn't have as many lumberjacks, you didn't have as many windmills, you could do it, but it would just take longer. So just keep in mind that every map is different, and therefore just be careful what you're doing. If you notice, we've already got 3 gasoline ready, so it's not going to be any problem. We're already ready for our next sale, and so that's not an issue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get this set up and do a paved road here, and after my next sale I'll do a refinery, and then I think I'll have enough to go ahead and put one more windmill out there, and I'm just gonna walk away and just let it generate some cash for a bit. So that's my plan, and I think it's all pretty straightforward. So I'll be back after I've generated more cash. Actually, what I'm going to do is just end part one right here, because I've shown you how to go from start to gas with salt, generating salt for profit, and for right now that's what we're doing. So I will continue the cake build. I'll make a part two, and probably more than just two parts, but at least two parts. So thank you for watching. I hope this was informative and helpful. If it was, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.